A leader's mood affects a company's profit more than anything else. It's like electricity that ripples through the company and makes everybody happier and more productive, or less happy and less productive if the mood is bad. 3 psychologists found that a positive mood had a profound ripple effect on a company that ultimately affected its bottom line. But wait, if you think this means you should go into the office tomorrow with a big smile on your face, then stop. A good mood is more nuanced than that. The mood needs to be in line with the situation and your staff's expectations, yet always laced with optimism. If the sales department is going through a tough patch, the last thing they want is a cheery boss bounding into their space. They need to have their emotions and their difficulties acknowledged in an authentic way without losing that hope and optimism. This emotional leadership style can be difficult for 3 reasons. First, we're not all blessed with the emotional intelligence required. Second, people are rarely honest with the feedback to their boss, so it can be difficult for a leader to know how their mood is really affecting their staff. And 3, companies are very reluctant to discuss something as intangible and personal as a mood. But what leaders need to cultivate is emotional resonance. That idea that they know how their mood resonates with their staff and how it is affecting everybody, rather than simply being positive and happy the whole time. The psychologist suggests 5 steps so you can develop the emotional intelligence needed to resonate with your staff. Number 1, ask, who do I want to be? Identifying who you want to be can force you to reflect on who you're not. If the answer is open, trusting, not a micromanager, relaxed, then it can illuminate if you're not one of these traits. 2, ask yourself, who am I now? This reflection can also come in the form of feedback, perhaps anonymously, to encourage people to be honest. In fact, feedback from subordinates in particular is the most important part of this step. 3, ask yourself, how do I get from here to there? So you know what you want to be and you know what you are. Now you need a plan. At this point, a lot of leaders bring on a leadership coach. Maybe journaling can be an important part of this process too, because it forces you to reflect. One leader began to hang out with the staff in a more casual setting outside of work, so he got to know them, so he'd understand what would resonate. Another leader began to coach his daughter's football team, and he also started working on a crisis hotline to develop the skills he needed to be emotionally intelligent and to spread a good mood. Visualization is also a powerful tool at this point. Picture a difficult conversation. Anticipate the feelings of impatience and wanting to interrupt and come up with a solution. And practice in your head restraining yourself and listening to your staff instead. Visualization engages the prefrontal cortex, which is the part of your brain responsible for deliberate action, and prepares you to overcome the habitual response. Number 4, ask, how do I make this stick? Practice, rehearse these new behaviors, seek out opportunities and jump at chances to practice. Number 5, ask, who can help me? Nobody reinvents themselves on their own. This can be trusted colleagues, friends, or leaders going through the same journey. A leader wears many hats, and no doubt you'll be busy hiring and firing and setting budgets and strategic visions and much, much more. But a leader's mood is that electricity that jump starts the engine. Learn to be emotionally attuned with your staff and watch their happiness grow, and in turn, watch your profits grow too. If you want to become hardier, happier, and more fulfilled by learning about resilience, then subscribe by the button above.